Alright, and I'm back with another episode. Sorry it's dark here. Just wanted to get a recording done while I was thinking of it so I don't forget. I don't know, maybe I can try to figure something out with the lighting. But, yeah, so this weekend was pretty awesome. Good couple of days practicing some programming, learning some languages. I went through a couple of tutorials on HTML, CSS, and I think JavaScript as well. I can't remember if I went through a tutorial or if it was just reviewing someone's code in detail and looking up what the statements meant. But I used the Mozilla Developer Network tutorials, and those were pretty good. Yeah, I actually did a JavaScript tutorial on the Mozilla Developer Network. So those were good. I learned a lot there. Practiced building some simple pages and stuff, and styling, scripting. Did a few basics there. And then, so I wanted to, so my first real project that I want to do is a faceted search implementation for my green coffee supplier directory database. And what faceted search does is it allows you to interactively filter your search options, kind of like on Amazon, where you have options on the left side that lets you kind of filter down your search results. So that's about the first project that I want to implement, and as I'm getting into it, it's kind of a little ambitious. There's a lot of different aspects getting involved. So there's obviously HTML and CSS, there's JavaScript, there's PHP, there is some jQuery, and some other stuff that I'm still not quite sure about. So that's the one problem with trying to review someone else's code, and I don't even know all the languages, programming languages that are out there and what's what. There's a reference to Ajax, which I believe is another means of working with databases. I'm not quite sure. So anyway, I was reviewing this guy's code. He posted that up for anyone to use, so I thought I'd use that as a template to try to learn how it works and maybe implement that on my website. I learned a lot doing that, which was really good, so became a little more familiar with PHP, went through a couple different tutorials on that. It's kind of funny just noticing how the different tutorials, they kind of go over the same concepts, and it makes me wonder if they're copying each other. But either way, that's it's up to them if they want to do that. It's kind of nice to see who's got the best explanation of things, and sometimes seeing it from different perspectives helps as well. So, not quite sure what my next steps are, but I'm going to keep plugging away at this. It's a lot of fun. I really enjoy it. I think the hardest part is knowing that something's out there and knowing that kind of the nuts and bolts of programming languages are pretty simple. For loops are pretty straightforward. It's just learning the syntax and then learning what functions and calls are available in a given language and how to use them properly, because oftentimes I've found that documentation is not super helpful. The official documentation, it's a lot easier to see someone's implementation and understand how a couple different implementations work, and I find that's kind of how I learn best. I've spent a lot of time at Stack Overflow just seeing how a few different folks have implemented a particular function. So yeah, it's a lot of fun. I do need to be careful not to get too scattered and try to stay focused on a goal. So I'm trying to figure out a good interim goal for me to work on before I can get to this faceted search scripting, because I'm not quite ready to just create my own search application. Anyway, that's kind of where I'm at with programming. That's what I spent quite a few hours on this weekend, having a lot of fun with that. So we'll see where that goes. Alright, we'll talk to you all next time.